Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on our Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Friday edition of the show, Sports in a Jiffy, here on Impact Radio 102.1 FM, the last edition for the month of November 2024. 29th day today, November 2024. Welcome to the show this morning on your most exciting breakfast show, the Morning Impact Show on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Here where we get to tiptoe all of the big stories, making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. On Fridays, we do especially because we're back here later this evening between 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. for the Sports Up Show, where we get to do 1 hour banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the interviews, preparing us for all of the actions that will be going down in the world of football this weekend. Our Friday edition of the show, we call it Just Football. Welcome on board this morning. Jajiboye is my name. Such an honor to be your host on the show. And on the menu today, we're talking about all of the results of the matches that went down in the European football last night. Manchester United already giving us a semblance of what we should look forward to under the tutelage of Ruben Amorim. 2 matches played already, and for all of the goals that have been scored, they have been scored in the first minute of all of the games. Rasmus Højlund getting a brace in the game yesterday. Amazing feat for them. But then so much to talk about, so much to look into in other matches that were played as well. Talk about the game with Chelsea. Also, we saw the game between Tottenham Hotspur and also AS Roma. Claudio Ranieri showing the stuff he's made of against a certain Ange Postecoglou. 2-2 draw. The match ended yesterday. So much to look forward to in the coming days for Tottenham Hotspur as well as for Chelsea under Enzo Maresca. Also talk a little bit about all of other sports, especially the African Military Games that's currently underway right here in Nigeria, in Abuja, as well as the TCC T20 qualifiers for the world of cricket right there. Welcome on board this morning. I am the Jajiboye once again, serving it to you fast with a lot of facts, making it compact for listening pleasure. Without further ado, let's go straight into all of the stories we've got in line for you this morning. It's such a man that I can keep track of this update and more by following us across all social media platforms. We are live on our Facebook fan page at Impact Radio 102.1 FM, and as well join us on YouTube at Impact 102.1 FM, X on Twitter at Impact 102.1 FM. And of course, starting with other sports this morning, we'll start with the Nigerian Armed Forces, currently leading the table with 187 medals at the second African Military Games, which comes to an end this Saturday, November 30, that's tomorrow, and with an outstanding medal total of 40 bronze, 47 silver, and 87 gold medals. Nigeria is currently and clearly the lead. About 20 African nations are currently participating in the games, which is being held right there in Abuja, Nigeria. Third place is going to Kenya with 15 gold medals, followed by Algeria with 42 gold medals. However, countries such as Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, and 5 others are yet to secure any medals in the competition. The chairman of the technical subcommittee for the games, Brigadier General Abdurrahman Bello, who said in a statement that Nigerian diplomatic relations throughout Africa has been reinforced by hosting the event in Abuja, highlighting the game's substantial economic benefits, pointing out that the event rejuvenated a variety of commercial and corporate endeavors right there. And away from that story right now, talking about other sports on the home front this morning. Captain Sylvester Okwe and his cricket teammates went into wild celebration yesterday as the Nigerian Yellow-Green secured emphatic victory over Botswana in Abuja Stadium, the venue for the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup qualifiers sub-regional C playoffs. Nigeria's cricket team made history yesterday as they won all their matches in the sub-regional qualifying campaign. Botswana team were equally unbeaten in previous 4 games, lost the trophy match to Nigeria by 77 runs. The trailing cricket encounter between Botswana started with Nigeria scoring 181 runs in 20 overs, while Botswana were restricted to just 104 runs all out in 18.2 overs. Nigeria's Karim Ridwan won the player of the match award, while Isaac Danladi was the best batter of the match with 80 runs off 45 balls. The excited Nigerian cricket captain Sylvester Okwe expressed his feelings after the match yesterday in Abuja. Also president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Mr. Uyi Akpata, was pleased with Nigeria's victory and the successful hosting of the ICC World Cup qualifiers in Africa sub-region. Nigeria and 5 other African countries will battle for the ICC's Men's Cricket World Cup tickets from 23rd to 28th yesterday, where the top 2 finishers were joined by Namibia, Uganda, Tanzania, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Kenya for the final leg of the African qualifiers. And the team participated in the Abuja playoffs. Like I mentioned, there's Botswana, there's Sierra Leone, there's Eswatini, there's St. Helena, and also Cote d'Ivoire, who are making their own debut. And Nigeria and Botswana have now qualified with unbeaten records. And talking about sports on the show this morning, it's been said that South Africa has now kicked off process to ensure hosting of the Olympics in 2036. The International Olympic Committee welcomed the proposal from South Africa on Wednesday to begin outline discussions over hosting the Olympic Games in 2036. And after the meeting, the sports minister, Gates Mackenzie, who mentioned, and I quote, that we are at the start of an exciting new process that could lead South Africa hosting the 2036 Olympic Games, and the government of national unity under President Cyril Ramaphosa is all about reigniting the fire in the bellies of proud, patriotic South Africans to make South Africa the greatest country in the world. We look forward to seeing how this is going to pan out between the IOC and also the South African Olympics Committee. Away from that, now still on the home front, let's go straight into female football this morning as the Super Falcons of Nigeria are preparing for their friendly match against the Les Bleus of the France. Ahead of the much awaited international friendly against the Nigerian Super Falcons, injury has resurfaced in the camp of the France women's national team. The team interim coach Laurent Bonade said yesterday, and he confirmed that the duo of Greg Mbok and also Elisa De Almeida will not be available for the game due to injury. I'm quoting him right now saying, I wanted them to be with us because they missed the first training camp, and we are doing a lot of tactical work on the game systems, but that we want to put in place in addition to creating a group. The game against Nigeria is fixed for tomorrow, Saturday, in Angers, right there in France. Talking about age grade football this morning, following the completion of the regional championship, the qualified teams for the 2025 Under-20 African Cup of Nations have now been confirmed. Nigeria's Flying Eagles under coach Ali Zubero picked one of the tickets after they emerged as the winners of the Wafubi with a victory over Ghana. And now, according to the list, the qualified teams are Nigeria, Egypt, Senegal, Morocco, Democratic Republic of Congo, there's Congo, Zambia, Tanzania, Sierra Leone, Kenya, and South Africa. North African country Egypt has been announced as a tentative host of the competition in January 2025, and the semi-finalists will represent the continent at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. Other news coming through this morning from age grade football is that despite not having to take part in the qualifier, Tunisia has now emerged as the latest country to pull out of the 2024 Championship of African Nations, the CHAN 2024. Looks more like all of the North African sides right now are looking to pull out of the competition as we speak. Algeria, Egypt, DR Congo, and also Libya, the countries who have decided not to participate in the championship. Tunisia Football Federation yesterday evening announced their withdrawal after meeting with the National Football Association and the clubs in the country. Tunisia was one of the 3 Arab countries that got a CHAN ticket without playing in the qualifiers. Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya have been awarded the hosting rights of the championship in February next year. Going straight to the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria right now, following and at the back of the crack of the last couple of matches that were played in the qualifiers. Don't forget that we won one and we lost one right there following the defeat to Rwanda in the final round of the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. The Super Eagles of Nigeria has dropped to 44th in the latest FIFA rankings. The Nigerian side failed to secure maximum points in the final round of the qualifiers, playing a 1-0 draw with the Benin Republic in Abidjan before suffering a 1-2 defeat to Rwanda in Uyo. And the ranking released yesterday afternoon saw Super Eagles drop to 44th position from 36th position where they were ranked in October. As it is right now, they also dropped to 5th position in Africa behind Morocco, Senegal, Egypt, and Algeria. And in the African top 10, you have Morocco top of the list, Senegal second, Egypt third, Algeria fourth, with Nigeria 5th on the log. Making up for the top 10 in Africa, you have Cote d'Ivoire, you have Cameroon, you have Mali, you have Tunisia, and also South Africa maintaining the 10th position of football teams in Africa. And from that right now, going straight into the Nigerian Premier Football League ahead of the match day 14 encounters that will be going down this weekend. The board of the Nigerian Premier Football League has invited the technical director of Shooting Star Sports Club, that is 3SC of Ibadan, Gbenga Ogunbote, for an investigative hearing into an interview he may have granted to the media. Ogunbote spoke to the media at the end of their match day 12 fixture in Lagos against the Ikorodu City, and the league body has considered some of the positions he expressed as a breach of the code of conduct for the NPFL coaches. It continued by inviting the 3SC manager to appear before the NPFL disciplinary committee for an inquest on Tuesday, 3rd December 2024 at exactly 10 a.m. The venue is the NPFL Secretariat in the Jabi district of the Federal Capital Territory. And in conclusion, the investigation declared that his appearance is mandatory and he may come with any relevant evidence or representation to support his position, confirming the attendance on or before this morning. We look forward to see what is going to happen between Gbenga Ogunbote and also the board of the Nigerian Premier Football League. And because we're talking about the Nigerian Premier Football League right now, let's go straight to the camp of the Lobby Stars, the Makurdi Bay side right now, where Lobby Stars finished head coach Mika Lundstrom said the team will keep pushing to the very end in the ongoing 2024-2025 NPFL season. Lobby Stars will lost 3-0 to Rangers International on March the 14th of the NPFL at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu. Rangers took the lead early through Owumeru Frank, Kenneth Igboke, and Ifeanyi Oyebuchi's goal. And Lundstrom will praise the team's development and the players' efforts, saying that the team is young and they are adapting to the playing pattern, saying it's a process and they are responding well in training. Lobby Stars will be facing Kwara United in Lafia next match, aiming to bounce back stronger and also better since Daniel Amokachi has taken charge of the side. As taking news coming through from the NPFL this morning, Chief Coach of Rangers International, AK Ekene Dilichukwu, has said that his team are still a work in progress following their 3-0 victory over Lobby Stars. 3 first-half goals of the both of Frank Uwemiru, Kenneth Igboke, and Ifeanyi Oyebuchi helped reigning NPFL champions and next the maximum point as they can extend its unbeaten run to 7 matches, as visiting Lobby Stars were overwhelmed 3-0 in the match day 14 encounter. With the win, Rangers now occupy the 3rd position on the log with 23 points behind duo of Remo Stars and Rivers United, who are both on 26 points. Let's talk on the NPFL on the show this morning. Let's go through the list of the matches that we played in the Nigerian Premier Football League in the match day 15 encounter. Tomorrow at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Bendel Insurance will be hosting Plateau United. Lobby Stars will be hosting Kwara United at the Lafia City Stadium. Academy Warriors will be at the Academy Warriors Sports Complex, and Bayelsa United will be visiting them. Rivers United will be at the Dan Ayam Stadium when Kano Pillars will visit. Ikoro City will be at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena Sunday 1st of December when Akwa United will make a visit, while Shooting Stars will be hosting Abia Warriors at the Lagos Salami Stadium. Niger Tornadoes will be hosting Remo Stars, Katsina United will be hosting Sunshine Stars, while Enugu Rangers will be traveling to Eyimba, and Nasa United will be visiting Atlant FC right there. Concluding the match, the 15 encounters in the Nigerian Premier Football. I already mentioned it to you. Remo Stars are currently top of the log with 26 points. Rivers United are second with 26 points. Enugu Rangers are third with 23 points. Academy Warriors are fourth on the log with 23 points. Ikoro City are fifth on the log with 21 points. Amazing feat right there by Ikoro City. Are punching above their weight right now. Don't forget they've not lost any of their last 5 matches in the Nigerian Premier Football. They've only drawn one game, and that was the game they played in the match day 13 encounter. Akwa United are currently 7th on the log as well. Another thing to be wary of in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Rock bottom is Bendel Insurance with 12 points. Lobby Stars are 13th. National United are 18th on the log with 15 points. Akwa United are 17th on the log with 15 points as well. Same point as Plateau United, who currently occupy the 16th position on the log of the Nigerian Premier Football League. And now away from the home front, let's go straight into Europe and take the champion tested positive for a heart medication. Trimezatlin, that's what is called TMZ, in an out of competition sample in August 2024 when she was world number 1. And the International Tennis Integrity Agency (ITI) accepted that it was caused by contamination of the regulated non-prescription medication melatonin, which was manufactured and sold in Poland, which Sotek took for jet lag and sleep issues. Sotek level of fault was therefore considered to be the lowest end of the range for no significant fault or negligence. Swiatek was provisionally suspended from 12 September before successfully appealing, missing 3 tournaments. The Polish player appealed the provisional suspension on 22nd September, notifying an independent tribunal that the source of the positive test has been identified as a contaminated medicine manufactured in her home country. And after testing confirmed Swiatek account, the ITIA offered her a 1-month suspension, which she accepted yesterday because her professional suspension was lifted on 4th of October. Swiatek's period of ineligibility will now end on 4th December 2024. The pool was also forced to forfeit the prize money for a run to the Cincinnati Open semi-finals, the tournament that directly followed the test. And away from tennis talk, let's go straight into the world of Formula One. And as we are preparing for the Qatar Grand Prix, the penultimate race of the year right now, it's been confirmed that Lando Norris has already won the championship for the 4th consecutive year in a row. Only Michael Schumacher is bettering his record in the world of Formula One right now. Talking this morning is Lando Norris, who says Max Verstappen should start doing comedy after the Dutchman suggested he could have won the world title in Norris as McLaren. The Red Bull's driver remarks are based on his belief that McLaren was the fastest car for much of the season this year. Verstappen said after last weekend Las Vegas Grand Prix, where he won the title, he would have wrapped it sooner if he were driving for McLaren, and that it would have been a pretty much same in a Ferrari as well. Norris, in his own words, said that he had maybe made too many mistakes this year, and acknowledged that the McLaren had been faster for more than half of the season, pointing out that Verstappen has reached a huge lead where the Red Bull was dominating early on when Verstappen was 4 on the first 5 races, and at the time where the McLaren was considerably slower than the Red Bull. All attention is now being shifted to the Qatar Grand Prix, where we'll be seeing another battle between the top drivers in the world of Formula One. And away from that right now, let's take this news coming through from Formula One before we go straight into the world of football. And I tell you tantalizing stories for you this morning. Don't forget I'll be back here later this evening on the Sports Up Show, where we get to go through with the world of football. Just football, we do it on Fridays, and we're doing it just football. And the FIA this morning, a senior steward fired by Formula One's governing body, says the FIA is running out of people to do the job. The comments by Tim Mayer, a senior steward for 15 years, who says he was fired this week, comes after Newsmen learned that Jenetan, the deputy Formula 2 race director, has also left the FIA. May and Tan bring the number of senior figures to depart to 4 in just over 2 weeks after the firings of the former Formula 1 race director Niels Wittich and also former FIA compliance officer Paolo Bassari. Tan is set to take over as Formula 2 race director at the final 2 rounds of the season, the Qatar and the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix over the next 2 weekends. But his departure means that Rio Maki will now be race director for both Formula 1 and Formula 2 at the 2 events this year. And away from that, right, let's go straight to the world of Formula 1. But don't forget that we're back here this evening to take the build-up and also taking build-up and previewing all of the matches that will be going down this weekend in the world of football. Yesterday's match, according to Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim, is saying he's enjoying the special matches right there at Manchester United, but then is admitting that they're already giving him anxiety. Don't forget that yesterday night, Manchester United won a thrilling 3-2 triumph over Bodo Glimt in their Europa League match, still maintaining their 12th position on the UEFA Europa League table, because of course after now, if they are not able to get wins, they will definitely be playing in the 1 of 16 playoffs in the world of Europa League. Taking words from new Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim, who said he's celebrating the victory on his Old Trafford debut thanks to that 3-2 win yesterday. The scream of relief the 39-year-old let out as Rasmus Højlund scored the first of his 2 goals to level the contest at halftime. Underlined the strength Amorim is definitely on that right there at Manchester United. Sporting a Jiffy it is, and I'll be servicing a Jiffy. Here's where I call it a wrap on the package this morning. Many thanks to everyone who's been a part of the show. Don't forget I'll be back here later tonight between 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. on the Sports Up Show. I've got so much to talk about, so much to look into. Later this evening, we'll be looking to assess the list that has been released by FIFA earlier today as well, where we're talking about the men's awards. A couple of Nigerian players have been nominated. Talk about the likes of Ademola Lookman in the attackers category, William Trustekong in the defenders